Growing up here in the United States, a common saying is the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. And although it's true, a lot of it's lack of self-accountability. And let me explain, because although it's true, America specifically is one of few places to where you can still start as the poor man at the bottom and you can make it to the top. And crypto, Bitcoin, DeFi, all the above, that's made that a lot more attainable across the globe to where there is opportunity there. And of course, you guys know I believe in DeFi and crypto, Bitcoin, creating cash flow off of that Bitcoin, off of your current portfolio. But it's something to where when you start at the bottom, like I did, single mom, I remember my grandparents having to come over and bring milk. I don't want to get into that, but it's like, we didn't have enough money for groceries sometimes. So grandparents are helping mom out, bringing, milk, some of the essentials. That's what family's for, right? Started from nothing is the point. And a lot of it is a mindset issue, but it is a mindset and capital issue. When you start at the bottom, you have no capital, which is the hardest part. And it's a mindset issue of, oh, this is going to be hard. Why would I even try? And it's something I've experienced and seen in people close to me and different friends I used to have, and to where, oh, well, if I buy Bitcoin and I double my money, because it's a fantastic opportunity right now, 60K to 125, I take my $10,000, turn it to 20K, and that's not really going to change my life. And then I have to pay taxes too, so I might only profit like 5K. What's the point? Or some conversation like that. And maybe you've had these thoughts as well. And that's a stupid and scarcity mindset, because it's like, why would I not grow if it's going to be hard? It's stupid. Or someone that wants to get into trading, which I don't believe in, but DeFi, where I'm saying, hey, you can earn 5% a month, which is a super conservative. We can do day one yield easily, 5% a month. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, but if I have, again, let's talk about a smaller capital person, like they get their first $10,000, 5% a month. Oh, I'm going to make $500 a month. That's not even worth it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth. What do you mean it's not worth it? 5% is a fantastic yield that many investors and anyone would think is fantastic and love to take advantage of. You just have a capital issue. You need to go fucking work your ass off. Like I did. Working 2 jobs for 3 fucking years, guys, to build capital. If you had $100,000 and you make 5% a month, that's $5,000 a month. That is fantastic. That is something that all these guys and all these normal people go work and trade their whole 40 hours a week at least to maybe see that amount on a paycheck. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't get that much. And then after tax, you're definitely not making that much. But that's the thing. So was 5% a month bad, or do you have a capital issue? And that's where the rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. When you're fucking at the bottom and you're poor, you still, want to take advantage of compound interest. If you can make 5% a month off the only 10, 20 grand you have to your name, or let's say it's worse, they only have 5 grand, right? Your first 5K saved up, you still should take advantage of the opportunity. But it's not a shortcut where you can put your first 5 grand in crypto and DeFi and you're just going to fucking retire in a year or 6 months. That's not realistic. You need to work your ass off and grind as much as possible in the beginning. Get a second job. Do what I did. Get as much money into it as possible. Sacrifice a couple years of, the party phase and get your ass to work. You get $100,000 in Bitcoin, in crypto, in decentralized finance. That's life-changing. You make 5% a month, that's 5K a month in income. You make 10% a month, maybe you're making $10,000 a month in income. That's freaking nuts. People, again, trade their whole lives for that. So is it worth you? Is it worth it for you to trade a couple years up front, doing the hard work, getting an income to invest it and make a 5 to 10% a month yield? Every single freaking time. And the beauty of crypto and DeFi is that even when you are that smaller investor, you can still get started early. I was starting with Bitcoin and crypto with my first $1,000 that I could buy in. Buying every single week. I had a spreadsheet where I acted like I had bills, where I had to invest X amount every single freaking week on the certain dates on this spreadsheet. And I made it like a bill that was due, that I had to pay. And I did it, and I invested, and I followed that system for months and months and months until it was just so ingrained that I was like, I'm just doing this anyways. I didn't have a spreadsheet anymore. But for about a year and a half, 2 years, I did that. where I had like, I mean, there were some months where it was like literally $1,800 every single week, which at the time was a lot of money going into investments. $1,800 on Tuesday, and then $1,800 on Monday, and then like I had different dates set up across all my pay dates and when I was getting paid in tips, to where I had to throw $1,800 in here. It was aggressive. It was a lot of money. I was working my ass off, and there's nothing in the bank account, but the crypto wallet was getting fat. It was getting fucking fat, right? And then as I learned about how to monetize my assets and like rich dad, poor dad, you know, these different philosophies and strategies, I went down that DeFi rabbit hole, and I learned how I could take all the Bitcoin I was buying, the different assets I was buying, maintain 100% exposure to those, borrow some equity, take that over here in DeFi and liquidity pools and monetize them to generate me this 5 to 10% a month. At times when I got started, yields were crazy. I was making 15, 20% a month on some stuff. It was fantastic. Now we're closer to that 5 to 8% right now, which is not super exciting, but we're in bear market lows. What do you guys want? Are you so spoiled that 5 to 8% a month is trash? That is a beautiful yield that many investors are hoping to achieve a year in the stock market, S&P 500, traditional finance. And people, I really hear bitching and moaning that it's not worth it. And I can't understand that. Because if you believe in these assets long term, and you're already a hodler, and you're already going to be holding them, why would you not monetize them and play the long game? Let compound interest be this amazing, beautiful feature that gets to take advantage of the volatility, which you might think is a bug of Bitcoin, but the volatility is a feature. Volatility makes us get paid more. There's more volume coming in, more action, more FOMO, more greed, more fear, more volume. We get paid more. It's a feature for us. And then as the volatility comes down, we get to buy more Bitcoin to lows with the income we're making off the portfolio we already own. And the game just gets better and better and better and easier. And I just won't understand. I won't understand the ones that are at the bottom that it's just easier. It's easier to stay. Crabs in a bucket every single time. It is easier to stay. But do you really want to just stay at the bottom of the game? Or do you want to say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to get started. I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to get as much Bitcoin and crypto as I can. And as I accumulate it, I'm going to monetize it. And I'm going to do what's best for me, my future, my family, my fucking bloodline, and make this happen. And just make it happen. And then hold yourself by the fucking balls, guys, ladies. Just excuse that. But hold on to yourself and lock the fuck in. And it's not that crazy. I've got guys talking about how right now, keep in mind, at the time of this video, Bitcoin 62K. I'm hearing, hey, if Bitcoin goes below 60, I'm selling everything. What are we talking about? What are we talking about if you think Bitcoin, you need to sell it at 60K because we're going to 30. You shouldn't be playing games with it at 62 and just sell it and be done. You obviously don't believe in the long-term game and you're not interested in monetizing your assets. You're not holding it long-term, etc. You're in the wrong game. Go buy gold in the S&P. You're in the wrong game. You're too emotional. You haven't figured it out as a business mindset. You haven't depegged. You're not in it long-term. If you want to win in crypto, you need to be in it long-term. And the biggest thing to figure out too is monetizing your assets to generate income, because it eliminates the stress and worry of the volatility, which is the biggest risk factor to crypto, is the fact that it swings like crazy, which makes you be retarded. When the market goes down, you sell at bottoms because you're retarded. And when the market hits all-time highs, for some reason, at the all-time high of an asset that is crazy volatile and does this every single 4 years, that is when you feel safest to take every fucking dollar you have in every fucking account and sell all your shit and buy more at the all-time high. And then you come back to me in a year when Bitcoin's at a low, and that's when you want to sell. When that is the time to be taking all the money from your different accounts and putting it into Bitcoin at those fucking lows. Bitcoin hasn't changed. The price has. That's fine. I still want more and more and more Bitcoin. You guys can use Bitcoin as this perfect escape from the Matrix type shit. It's something to where Bitcoin itself, although long term, it's fantastic to have and own. But again, if you know, it's a capital issue to where if you have $10,000 and, oh, I finally got my first 10K in crypto, it's not going to change your life. If Bitcoin went to $500,000 tomorrow, or let's say 600,000, it's easy because it's 60K right now. If Bitcoin goes to $600,000 tomorrow and you had $10,000 in right now, what? You'd have 100K, and you might think that that's absolutely life-changing, but that's not really going to change your position in life. Trust me, when I first crossed 6 figures, nothing really changed except, oh, wow, I've hit this level, and you realize that that's level fucking 1. Congrats, you're fucking awake. You got to lock in. It's not going to change your life, but what's more important is that you're building an income and a business off of that Bitcoin, because it will compound and grow that stack. So that $10,000 that you have in there will continue to compound and grow over time on the way to Bitcoin hitting $600,000. But you have to get started now so you can take advantage of compound interest. If we truly do have 4 years, say we have 4 years for the next all-time high. Let's look back at our prompt. Say we do have 3 years until the next all-time high. If you are monetizing your portfolio at a 40% APR and compounding, you would have an extra 225%. So if you started with $10,000 in Bitcoin, at the end of year 3, you would have $32,500. And that's off a worst case, we only make 40% APR, which more often than not, we're doing 10% a month. Lately, it's been a slum. It's been this 40%. So worst case, you're tripling your fucking bag without Bitcoin moving in price. So then, if you tripled your bag along the way, we're not talking about 10K to 100K. We're talking about 10K to 300K. If Bitcoin went to $600,000 type shit. It's a very different end result, right? Hopefully you understand. Not to mention that just as Bitcoin's appreciating and you're making money off your portfolio, you're compounding, but as those assets go up in value and you're making 5% a month, you're making 5% a month off a larger portfolio every single month. Because you either, 1, have more assets, or 2, the price has gone up, or 3, both. It's just, you can't convince me that this is not the way to play crypto. It's the only way to play it. It's the only way I can see forward. I've tested other shit. I've tested tight ranges trying to gamble. I've tested trading meme coins and all that. It's all just fucking slop. This is and hodling, that's cool, but you're just praying for someone else to change your life, just like when you're sitting there doing nothing. I mean, it's better than not investing, but you're letting the end result be in someone else's hands versus you taking charge, monetizing your portfolio, running a business, and being locked the fuck in. Right? Hopefully you guys can feel me there, but it's the only way to play it. It's the only way to play it where you're actually choosing to take control of your fucking destiny and the end result for you and your bloodline and your success. Otherwise, you're gambling or you're hoping and praying. And that's the end story. GG. So if you want to actually take control of your portfolio, control of how much money you make over the long term, control of your success, not feel like, oh, you were gambling and you got lucky, something to be proud of, something you could teach other people, something that is an actual skill, and you're learning how to do decentralized finance. You're doing all the stuff bankers and fucking companies like Coinbase and they're making all this money. You're doing it yourself. You take control of your finances, control of your freedom, control of your life. You guys need to get started and do it today. The link to the 10K Fast Track, of course, if you want to work with me, that is down below. Book a call. The call is free. We'll see if you're a good fit for my 10K Fast Track. And if not, guys, of course, the YouTube content, it will always be free. I will keep it coming. If there's videos you want to see, leave a comment down below so I can meet you guys where you're at, where your needs are. But again, if you want that 24/7 access to me with weekly calls with me each and every single week, the link to the 10K Fast Track is down below. The link to the 10K Fast Track is down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel for me, and guys, I'll see you in the next video.